Yeah, and I think, that was a very good dialogue because it brought up two stories for me. And one was we really were going to keep our condo. When we were looking to buy a single family home, the idea was that we told our realtor that there were no contingency on any of our offers because we didn't need to sell the condo in order to buy the new home. Once again, I was thankful and grateful that we could do that. We had enough money to kind of swing it, but our worst case scenario was we were going to keep the condo and rent it and use it as an investment property. But the more I looked at it over time, and we did put it right on the market, and we were lucky enough to sell it. So we did not have to make that decision of okay, it didn't sell, so we're going to keep it or lower the price dramatically and get rid of it. But I began to think over time, because of the maintenance issues, because of the potential sewer issue that I mentioned at the top of the podcast, because of all these things, I wanted to get out. I didn't want to have any kind of association with bad maintenance and skyrocketing costs. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to get out of this thing. So it was not going to be a good investment for us. The other small note that I'm going to talk about is my mother's co-op. When she had that, the board president at the time, young lady, I remember the story. I remember my mother and father telling me this. She ran the board, and of course, they had to do these assessments. She was a young lady. So they were doing damage to her car. Like they had tenants that were upset that were vandalizing her car, and she was sitting on the board because she was the board president. Which it shouldn't surprise anybody. But so once again, you could get into some really terrible situations. So to your point before, Jody, if you have to have control and you're in a co-op and condo, you could consider being on the board of your co-op or condo, or even going for board president. But just be aware that it might come with some negativity, right? Which I don't even want to, not just a little, because like I said, this poor girl, they did damage to her car on purpose because of board decisions, right? Which were really out of her control. And the problem is when you're on that board, you can't satisfy everybody, right? Some people want to see something repaired and some people don't. And you're always going to have that disconnect, right? It's analogous to U.S. politics, but we will not go there.